The Game Boy, also known as the Nintendo Brick, was released on July 31st, 1989. Now you are probably wondering what's so special about this prehistoric piece of junk that's literally almost 40 years old. The truth is, the Game Boy still holds up pretty well in 2026. The Game Boy has a pretty decent library of games featuring classic lineups like the Mario Land series, Kirby's Dream Land series, and even Zelda titles. Back then, if you were to hand this to a kid, it would be like handing us a PS5. Believe it or not, the Game Boy was actually quite ahead of its time. Being able to play games on the go was critical to its success. It was like a portable NES system. Many NES games were ported to the Game Boy, but what makes the Game Boy so special is that it had many exclusive games that you can't play on any other handheld or console. Well, at least legally. But even illegally, most emulation apps do not have Game Boy games. Well, at least Game Boy exclusive games. Not to mention, the ones that do are pretty crappy quality. It's always nice to have the original software that the game is made for the best graphics, sounds, and just original feel to have an actual Nintendo console handheld in your hands. What you are watching right now is Super Mario Land gameplay on a Game Boy Pocket. The Game Boy Pocket was basically the Game Boy but with a smaller design and better graphics, sharper details, and a more premium feel, being lightweight. The Game Boy Pocket uses 2 AAA batteries running about 10 hours of playtime, while the original Game Boy runs 4 AA batteries, giving it 30 hours of playtime. Now you may be asking, why buy the Game Boy Pocket even though the Pocket only runs about 10 hours of gameplay? It's because it uses less batteries to cut costs, it has better graphics, it's cheaper than the original, being only $50 to $85 in the US, 48 to 74 euros, 77 to 119 Canadian, or 78 to 120 AUD, while the original costs between 70 to 95 USD, 61 to 82 euros, 98 to 133 Canadian, and 99 to 134 AUD. Another thing to take into account is the fact that both the Game Boy and Game Boy Pocket do not have backlit screens, which basically means you need to be in a well-lit space to see your screen or what you're playing. You can't use a Game Boy or Game Boy Pocket at night without some sort of light source. Also, most popular Game Boy games aren't rare, so they don't cost much. You can pick up Super Mario Land used for $15 to $25 loose, or 18 euros, 27 Canadian, or 30 AUD. Kirby's Dream Land's another great example, costing only $22 to $30 loose USD, about 22 euros, about $33 Canadian, and about 36 AUD. Did you know that the Game Boy screen doesn't harm your eyes? It doesn't use blue light like most modern day electronics. The Game Boy uses a 2.45-inch STN dot matrix passive matrix LCD screen. The Game Boy Pocket doesn't use blue light either. The Game Boy Pocket upgraded to a FSTN passive matrix LCD screen, which eliminated the green tint in favor of a true crisp black and white display. Also, the Game Boy Pocket has a slightly larger screen, being 2.56 inches, and the original has a display of 2.4 inches. Basically what I'm saying, besides the mumbo jumbo part, is that the displays use a reflective screen. So basically that's when the light comes in play. So they don't use blue light whatsoever, which is a good thing because blue light before bed can be bad. So if you want to play some games before bed, it won't harm your circadian rhythm or your eyes. Basically what your circadian rhythm is when your body tells you to wake up and when to go to sleep. So if your circadian rhythm is off balance, it can make it harder to go to sleep at night. And blue light also causes tons of problems that scientists are still discovering right now. And blue light also causes cancer to the brain. So it's really good that we can still rely on the old Game Boy to carry us through these next few years, you know what I mean? If I were you, I would choose the Game Boy Pocket over the original because of the lighter weight, cheaper price, sharper graphics, bigger screen, and uses less batteries. but everyone has different preferences, so that's that. Choose the original if you want a bulkier, more comfortable design. Classic graphics, green tint, and original feel. Choose the Pocket if you want a more premium experience for a cheaper price. I will not be reviewing a Game Boy Color in this video because it has its own separate games. Another thing to keep in mind when buying a Game Boy games is that back then they used lithium-ion batteries to store game save data. Occasionally, a used game battery can die and will not save your save data, so the batteries need to be checked / replaced occasionally. Also, even when the battery dies in the game cartridge, it still lets you play the game fully functional, it just won't save your data. The reason the Game Boy is amazing is you can easily pick up a Game Boy Pocket in Mario Land and Kirby's Dream Land for around $90 to $120 used. Or you can buy an original Game Boy in one game loose for around the same price used. Here are some pros about the Game Boy Pocket. Pros: it's comfortable, portable, compact design, cheap, has a great library of games featuring 506 games in the US and over 700 in Japan, sharper graphics than the original, and has a bigger screen than the original. Cons: it's smaller, doesn't have access to modern games, it's high maintenance sometimes, not often, but sometimes. Can't play Game Boy Color games. Short games that take anywhere from 30 minutes to 5 hours. Average game takes about that long to complete. But there are games that surpass that, and I've seen games up to 60 hours to complete, like Harvest Moon and Zelda. Overall, if you're going to buy a Game Boy, buy the Pocket. It's just better in every way. The Game Boy and the Game Boy Pocket both hold up pretty well in 2026. Despite its flaws, I'd say it's a budget gaming beast. Let me know what you guys thought about this video down in the comments down below. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe.